let's go ahead and get into the review chat for Catwoman. First of all, how many of you have seen 2004's Catwoman? The Halle Berry superhero vehicle, chat. I don't blame you if you haven't. It's not worth seeing. I don't even know if you should see it for a laugh. It's just not necessary. Like, there's better, worse superhero films than Catwoman. You know? I just don't know. I don't know what's wrong. Unless you have like a riff tracks or like an audio commentary playing over it, I just don't know if it's necessary to sit through. I mean, I didn't see this film in theaters. Like, I think so few people did. Did not do. I think it was a commercial. It was a commercial bomb. It's fucking expensive as hell, Chad. $100 million budget, but worldwide boxes of 82.1 million. So no, that did not do it. I just don't know where they spent the goddamn money for this film. I guess all Halle Berry, was $25 million, was at least a quarter of the budget. I wouldn't be shocked. It's like, hey, it's going to be her superhero vehicle franchise. We're going to make a trilogy. We're going to do a spinoff. We're going to have her with Batman. That did not come to fruition, chat. In any case, and if they thought they did, shame on them, and shame on them to this day. Because I'm going to tell you right now, chat, thank you. Meekly Sheeply, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the 25 biddies. Catwoman, the movie, the game, oh my god, is on my list of drunk gameplay nights. I should do that for like a future bad month of video games. That is, Meekly Sheeply. Meekly Sheeply, you have inspired me. I'm going to give you a little Mr. Evan, yay, Mr. Evan hype right now. But I saw this years after it was in theaters. No, it was actually about a year. Because then a year after Catwoman, Batman Begins had come out. And I was like, let's check out Catwoman. I saw it. I think I saw it like FX or something, like one of those channels. And yeah, it's terrible. That one was edited and things, and it was less sexy, which is like, I mean, this is like the second time I've seen this movie, and it's in its entirety, I guess. Which again, this didn't really cut out too much. It's just like, we can't show boobs jiggling too much, guys. It's like, it's like, that's like, I'm not gonna be lewd. I don't mean to be lewd, Chip, but that's probably the best thing in the movie. Okay, because they put on that outfit, and it does, I mean, it's not practical whatsoever. Honestly, it's kind of offensive. Because it's like, it's mostly just skin, chap. She's got some goddamn, leather outfit. I mean, it's bare. If she would move, if she would just start running, there'd be a nip slip every other second. That's what happened. She'd be adjusting mid-fight. She ended up getting fucking punched to death by goddamn Sharon Stone. And that'd be it. It would not be good for her, chat. Oh, my God. She has concrete hands. Sharon Stone has concrete hands, chat. Did you know that? Oh, my God. But no. Yeah, and of course, when this movie came out, huge critical and commercial disaster, multiple Razzie nominations, and funny, it kind of led to a dry spell of female starring superhero films for Warner Brothers, because this is how bad of an effect this film had on the superhero genre for its time, especially at Warner Brothers, chat. Let me take a guess. What was the next Warner Brothers DC female superhero film after Catwoman? Oh my God. The CGI, new edition, the CGI is absolutely terrible. It looks like the PS2 game that came out. So I say it's worth watching for a So Bad's Good Night with some alcohol, weed, and a double feature of The Incredible Hulk. I like The Incredible Hulk. I know some people hate that. I like that movie, Jay, DV Squad, I did. Star Shente, I have Plain Sign. Welcome to stream, Star Shente. Chris Ayre, sadly, yes. Meek and I have, yes. Dark Slayer, saw clips and regretted it. What do you have in here? Yep, Chris Ayres nailed it. It is indeed Wonder Woman, chat. 2017. Well over a decade later. That was the next one. Thankfully, that was significantly better. That's probably one of DC's, of the DCEU's best films, chat. But yeah, I can't say I'm a fan of this movie. I'm a little bit less than a fan of this film. Oh, Give It Soul. Yeah. Yeah, Halle Berry plays a great Storm in that piece of shit X movies. I don't even know about them. She means, like, I've always been, I'm gonna piss some people off, I'm not the biggest Halle Berry fan. There are a few performances that I like her in. Obviously, Monsters Ball. Obviously, she's very good in that one. That won her the Oscar. But outside of that, like, I really struggle to think of another, like, even like a handful of films. Like, you know what? She was absolutely great. And like, check this out for the Halle Berry performance. Like, I really can't think of anything else. You're just a hater against spandex. I mean, I want good spandex, man. Okay? It's like, treat that character right, okay? Her goddamn nips are falling off every other scene. Come on now. She's all right. Yeah, I'm not the biggest, I love Catwoman, but I'm not the biggest Halle Berry fan. So again, it's like this casting. This is very much stunt casting, chat, because the way they approached it was the worst way possible. Because hey, they didn't have like a good movie. They didn't have like a good story in mind or like a franchise in mind. Maybe they did, but you know, they was like, oh, we'll make them as they come and go. But what the real big push for this film, it all surrounded, it's kind of offensive looking back on it now, it was all about Halle Berry's body. It was all about her in the Catwoman outfit and how that was advertised in all the trailers. People went to see the film, not to see her take on Catwoman. It's like, no, let's go see Halle Berry, you know, jiggling and bouncing in that Catwoman outfit. That's what it was about. So from its immediate inception, how they even figured how they would make this film and market to people, not a great first step in my opinion. You know, honestly, very offensive when you think about it. Ooh, sexist, chat. Sexist even. The Feed Man, thank you for the host. Appreciate it, my friend. Welcome to stream. Oh my god. Chris Harris, I think she only did this because she wanted to be in a superhero franchise that wasn't X-Men, since she hated working with Bryan Singer so much. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, and kind of give you a brief history of just my own appreciation. Obviously, this movie sucks. We're going to get into the spoiler review and everything, chat. But, like, I've always been a very big Catwoman fan. For me, if I you know, I obviously, I think a lot of people's touchstone for the character in terms of cinema live action performances is Michelle Pfeiffer's take on the character. Again, Batman Returns, very mixed bag how I feel about that movie. And Michelle Pfeiffer, she does a lot of weird shit in that film. And it came at a time when, you know, studios were just like, just throw everything you want in there. You want to act like a cat? Act like a cat. It's like, you don't really need to act like a cat. You don't necessarily need to be a part of her origin story. I just don't understand what Warner Bros. Obsession is like, well, she's Catwoman, so cats themselves need to play a huge part into her origin story. No. All right, stop having, this is the like Catwoman, chat, it's the second film where cats bring her back from the grave. Why is Warner Brothers obsessed with that imagery? It just carried over from the Burton film to this. But Michelle Pfeiffer, despite some very scene-chewing moments in that film, I thought she did a good job. She clearly, at least based on what I was seeing, looked like she was having a lot of fun with the role. And it's a character that I wish we could have kind of seen again. They hinted at it. She was goddamn alive after Batman Returns. She has 9 lives, chat. She only used 8 up. So she could come back next Christmas, as she says. But that, I think, was the last touching stone for people for Catwoman. And then this movie happened. Actually, funny enough, a Catwoman spinoff was on Warner Brothers' mind for quite some time, where throughout the 90s, they wanted to bring back Michelle Pfeiffer in her own film. But because of just, you know, the Batman franchise floundered, and you had that Superman Lives project that Burton was involved, that kind of shelved Catwoman, so it just didn't come to be until they finally did greenlight a film in 2004, but had absolutely nothing to do with the original Batman Schumacher film series. And at this point, it's like, maybe it should have. Maybe we could have followed a relatively older Catwoman. I don't know. Maybe that would have been better. Chris Ayers, thank you for the 100 biddies. Well, glad you asked that question. The reason Warner Brothers is so obsessed with cats being involved with her origins is because she's a cat! She's a cat, Herman! That's what I keep hearing. Invoking Patrick Gertz himself. It's science. Cats bring you back from the grave, chat. Well, the fucking film will get into it. But, yeah, this film was in a state of development hell until eventually was birthed. Or it was just resuscitated. He was fucking dead. There's still some life in this goddamn thing. There's still some money that we can squeeze from it. And they got that money, chat. They had to spend more. Spent more than they made. What? Ooh, chat. Ellie with the 500 biddy donation. Thank you so much, man. The Gotham interpretation gave Catwoman the most justice in live action. See, I haven't. First of all, thank you again, Elliot, for the 500 biddy donation. Very generous of you. I have not seen enough of Gotham. But that actress, I forget what her name. She's a very unique look. And it's very reminiscent of Michelle Pfeiffer. It's like, okay, clearly they just nailed the look of the character, but I've never really seen her performance. I think I watched like a couple episodes of Gotham back in the day, like the first season, like a few episodes, and she was like super, super young, and she was already a cat girl, if you will, chat. I remember her literally scratching the eyes out of some guy. And he's like, well, does it look bad? And you're like, no. And he gets shot in the head to put him in his misery, chat. Remember that scene, Gotham? She, like, blinded a man, chat. It did not look, I mean, he was like a pedo or something like that. But still, it's like, Jesus. Carmen Bico Donova. that how I say her name? I'm sorry I'm not butchering that, but she does have a cool look. I mean, just the... I don't know. She just looks like a very young Michelle Pfeiffer. So, like, okay, you clearly had a vision going forward, and you nailed it in that regard. But I don't know what her performance is like. Yeah. But again, seriously, Elliot, thank you for the 100 biddies. So, chat, after the stream, we're going to go ahead and do a movie review poll. Because if we hit it exactly... Oh, no, just a little bit over. 2,100 biddies. So, thank you again, man. But, chat, we got to get into Catwoman right now. Oh, my God. And this film opens up, and it already, you know, you're at a bad place when the opening credits suck. Because we see just a montage of Catwomen throughout history, chat. Apparently, there's not one Catwoman, chat. There's Catwomen. And they have played a major role in events across the centuries. And we see, I mean, everything from Renaissance era paintings, chat, to hieroglyphics. Catwoman's been involved with it. And we see this really terrible superimposed cat image, like it's the same goddamn cat. I guess it's like this Egyptian cat. I don't know. His name's fucking Midnight. It doesn't matter, chat. But we see him superimposed on all these images through history. So it's like, is this cat implied to be immortal? I mean, the film certainly seems to say that. So we got like an immortal cat, chat, and it's somehow connected to the Catwomen throughout the centuries. We got like, it's from all the way to Egypt, all the way up to like the 1930s and 40s. We see one image that seems to hint at the existence of a Selena Kyle in that era, where we see like a newspaper clipping and saying Catwoman saves, or Cat Lady or whatever it is, saves a family from fire, and you know, all that shit. And she has like that kind of classic kind of Batman 60s outfit. So like, okay, maybe it's trying to do like some weird retcon where maybe Selena Kyle did exist in this universe. But again, that's just kind of thrown on the wayside. They don't put a lot of emphasis into that, chat, because this Catwoman, this film, this is not Selena Kyle. This is a completely new character, a complete reinvention of the character, which I've never seen before. And I think that, again, when you're already stepping, it's like, when you're trying to do an adaptation, like a character's kind of one-off film or a spin-off film, you tend to want to adhere to the comic book, you know, at least as much as possible, right? This film has said, fuck that, we're going to do what we're going to do. Because, chat, after that terrible opening credit sequence, we are then in this river, this lake or something, chat, and we just see Halle Berry's rotten body, and we get some of the worst voiceover narration that I think I've ever heard. I mean, it's up there being bad. It's like Tobey Maguire, like, narrating, you know, his Spider-Man intros for his first 3 films. It's at that same level. It's like, Jesus, you want to do another take? It's like, she's like, no, pay me another $5 million and I'll do it. It's like, okay, fine. Because, like, her opening line is, I love it. And her name is, because she's like, oh, my name is, oh God, what's Patience Phillips, Jack? That's her name, not Selena Kyle. My name is Patience Phillips, and the day I died is the day I truly lived. And it's like, oh my God. This is like middle school era, like fan fiction, chat. This is the level of the dialogue narration that we're getting here. And we just see, you know, Halle Berry's floating body in this body of water, chat. Her eyes come up. It's like, oh my God, she's alive. But then, chat, we cut. And Halle Berry, she's got to get to work. She's late for work, and she's got to head out there pretty goddamn quick, chat. That's what she's got to start doing. She's a bit of a... Now, she works at a cosmetic company, chat. She's not a jewel thief or any capacity. She wanted to be an artist growing up, but that was denied to her. That was denied to her because now she's working in a multinational fucking makeup company, and apparently that's not satisfying for her. It's like, that's a great goddamn... You come right out of art school and you land work like that for like a major, any type of company, that's incredible, okay? It's not like you get out of art school and you're just working on DeviantArt for the next 5 years. It's like, no, that's pretty good. And listen, you could put out your work on DeviantArt, Halle Berry. I'm sure the fucking website was in existence then, so stop complaining. Stop being so meek, chat. But she's going to work, and we see this opening thing. Oh, chat's terrible. They're not in Gotham City. I don't know where they are. They in New York? I don't know where they are. They don't even say. It's like this brown CGI city, chat. It's like a PS2 graphic. And it's this brown CGI city, and she, of course, you know, it's very, the thing is, it's super reminiscent of Michelle Pfeiffer's take on Catwoman, where Michelle Pfeiffer, she was super mousy and super meek, you know, she didn't really have a lot of confidence in herself, but at least her name was Selena Kyle, you know, she's single, she can't find a man, all of her friends are upset, you gotta find a man, Selena. And the same thing with Patience Films. You gotta find a man for yourself. Don't have her be defined by a man, god damn it. She can't be held down. It's not who Catwoman is. But then she goes to work, chat, and it's just a fucking bumbling comedic scene. Because she's constantly bumping into every other person saying, sorry, 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 dropping shit, chat. She's got in this very frumpy looking dress. She's wearing a muumuu, chat. She might as well be wearing Homer Simpson's muumuu from that Simpsons episode. And like, this is not good. And so she's all frazzled when she gets to work. And then who starts talking to her, chat? Who's her best friend? Best friend's name is Sally. But it's the voice of Lois from Family Guy. She's here, and she's like, Patience, did you get some good D yet? And she's like, no, why you keep asking me that? Sally is obsessed with Patience's sex life. That's like all that is ever on her mind. All of her jokes are references to sex. They have a stereotypical gay best friend. He's in a couple scenes, chat. Like, okay, this is even too much. So he's in there, and he's giving his opinions on things, chat. He's like head bopping and stuff. He's got that sassy gay attitude. So you see that, and she's like, no, I haven't gotten that good D yet. I just want to concentrate on my work. I want to concentrate on my career. And Sally's like, girl, you're crazy. But chat, the reason why Patience wants to concentrate on her work, because she is meeting with the owner of the evil makeup company, whose name, he's evil makeup guy. George Hedare, chat, George Hedare. That's who she's going to be meeting with. It's about her design for their latest product, Butylene. It's the evil makeup, chat. I think it's Butylene or something. It makes your fucking face fall off. That's what it does. And so, spoiler, by the way. Spoiler for like the next 20 minutes in the film. So, she's like, well, I gotta go meet with this guy. And then, chat, we transition over to George Adair himself, and he's doing this big presentation for the company. Guys, we are so excited to announce the production of the evil, like the what's a good fucking rotten makeup product? Rot Face. We're gonna call it Rot Face, chat. That's what it's gonna be called. We are so excited about Rot Face. It'll make your fucking jaw fall off and your eyes will just melt inside your head. It'll be a great time. We're gonna release this like in the coming days, but of course we gotta make some changes. Obviously, as you know, my wife, Sharon Stone, you know, Concrete Head, as I like to call her now, because chat, the makeup, she's been using it for years. We find that out later. And like for decades, apparently. And she has concrete skin, which I think would be like really heavy or something. So she'd be kind of deformed and shit. But no, she's okay. She's just impervious to everything. Impervious to fucking bullets, chat. Impervious to like glass. Not impervious to the power of gravity, though, which we'll find out. Darkseid, thank you for the 5 minis. You makeup company? Isn't that redundant? It's true. Very funny. It's true. Did I miss Catwoman? Casmarillo, we are right in the middle. We're talking about the evil makeup company right now. We're introduced to George Adair. And he's like, listen, my wife, my beautiful concrete wife, she has been kind of the main model for all of our products, but she's too old. She's 40 years old, and she is falling apart at the goddamn seams. Look at her. We look at Sharon Stone, and she looks great. Sharon Stone has never looked better. It's like, that's the one positive thing I'm not going to say about this movie, chat. Sharon Stone is bringing it to this film. And, you know, right when he continues on about talking about his wife's appearance, the wife cuts in, is like, and that's why, shut up, George, and that's why I will be stepping down from my role as the main model for my husband's company, and we'll be introducing a new person who will be showcasing the line of Rot Face. And I think it's some, kind of like Central Eastern European girl named Sobieski. And Sobieski has like one appearance in this film. She plays a major plot point, but the girl's barely in the movie. And they show Sobieski, everyone's like, whoo, she is much hotter than you, Sharon Stone. She's like, ah, yes. And George, he cuts in again, because again, you can tell there's tension between George and Sharon Stone, chat. They don't like each other. It was a relationship that was built upon lies and money. And when you got that, that's not a good foundation. And he's going, okay, well, hopefully you can join us and Sobieski and I as we drink to the special occasion. And goddamn Sharon Stone's like, George, you should probably give her some juice or some sparkling water. She is under 18. He goes, oh, of course. And everyone's laughing because they know that he's fucking underage girls, chat. George Adair, pedophile, chat, pedophile. Terrible. Hope something bad happens to him. Garden Angel, thank you so much for the subscription. 5 months in a row. Hope you're having a very nice night. He's a pedophile, that's true. My bet would be on all of us being dead the first 20 minutes. So chat, after they do that little meeting, we cut to Patience, and she's going to George Shadar's office. You know, she opens the door. She catches a little bit of scuffle. Of not like a physical scuffle, chat, but a verbal scuffle between George and Sharon Stone. And George, he's just talking a whole bunch of shit against Sharon. And she's like, George, why don't you shut the fuck up? Why don't you take it easy? I'm going to look out into the brown CGI cityscape. And then Patient goes in there, chat, and she's like, oh, hi, George, or Mr. Hadar. Can't call him George, not in that good enough terms. And he's like, you want to talk to me about my design for Rotface? He's like, yes, I did. He has her sit down. Very nice. I was like, okay. No, he doesn't even ask her to sit down, Chad. He's just like, can I sit? And she's like, no, doesn't say anything, Chad. Very rude. And then he pulls out her designs. He looks at me and says, these are shit. These are terrible. This is the complete opposite of what I wanted. Look at this shade of red. I didn't want this shade of red, but you literally pointed that was the shade of red that you wanted. He's like, I know what I want. It's like, it's okay. She's like, I mean, I can redo it. And he's like, yes, you will redo it. And, you know, or maybe I won't have you to. Maybe I'll get someone else on it. And fucking good for Sharon Stone, because she cuts in, because she doesn't like George talking down to a woman, chat. It's like, George, the girl is obviously talented, okay? Why don't you take it easy? Why don't you go rub one off in the fucking back room and come back when you're a little more sane? He goes, oh, God damn it, Sharon Stone. Fine. Patience Phillips. I will, and this is fucked up because there's some weird continuity here. I will get this into me by midnight. He says midnight tonight, chat, and you'll be able to keep your job or whatever. And she's like, oh shit, thank you, absolutely. Except it's not midnight tonight, it's midnight the next day. So there was like a bad line given, or they have to go back in there and do some ADR because they kind of fucked up the continuity here. And she goes, yeah, great. And then, chat, she goes outside. Sally's like, did George give you the good D? She's like, no, the wife was in there. And Sally's like, that would have been hot. Sally, you're too horny. Stop it, please. For the love of God. She's like, I got to work on this project until midnight, but not actually till midnight. It's actually midnight the next day, but it doesn't matter. And so, chat, she goes home, and we see her 3 a.m. in the morning, and she can't sleep because her next-door neighbors, they're having a fucking all-nighter, chat, all-nighter party on Thursday. Why on, like, Friday? Okay, I get you. Saturday, I get you too. But Thursday, of all days? And she goes, she's like, guys, could you please, can you lower it? And they don't fucking hear it. They go, ha, ha, ha. They don't give a damn. They turn it louder, matter of fact, to drown out her pathetic pleas. And so she eventually goes back to bed. Chat, gets no sleep. She wakes up and, you know, she's doing her shit. She notices there's a cat in the house. She's like, I don't have a cat. What the hell's that all about? And this cat goes up on the window's ledge, the open window from last night. She's like, what are you doing? And she sees this little cat and it's hopping around. She's like, oh my God, I must save this cat, even though it's not mine. Chat, I would have been like, you know, fuck that cat. That cat will bring all misery on its own life. I don't care. But Halle Berry's like, I gotta save this cat now. And so so dumb. This is the first action scene in the film, chat, right here. Not counting those fucking epic opening credits moments, am I right? But no, she literally steps out. So she's like in a 5-story apartment or something. She steps out, or like 4 stories at least. She steps out onto the goddamn windowsill, chat. She's trying to reach for this fucking cat's just staring at her. It's like, that cat's a fucking asshole. What a little dick. And he's just staring at her. So what are you gonna do? You gonna try to get me? She's like, God damn it, he goes even farther in the wrong direction. She's like, oh no, oh woe is me, I gotta get to work. And so she goes out there, chat. She manages to balance on an AC unit. Of course, that thing's about to fucking give. She's like, whoa! It's terrible. And then eventually a fucking car passes by, chat, and stops. And it's goddamn Benjamin Bratt. He is so hot. At least that's what I assume he is at this movie, chat, because everyone who sees him, male or female, doesn't matter, they all say he's hot. And I was like, I just started to believe it. I was like, yeah, he's hot. You say it enough times, chat. It's like fucking like Pavlov. You eventually, it's like, yep, he's hot. You gotta be part of the pop culture zeitgeist, chat. Benjamin Bratt is sexy man. Deus, thank you so much. How many biddies is that, my friend? For the 15 biddies, and Deus with subscribing 2 months in a row. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my God, it's good time for this thing is hilarious. Thank you. So he fucking pulls up, Jay. He's like, hey, I'm a police officer. I'm a cop in the brown CGI fucking escape of this nightmare city. I don't know what city, is this New York, chat? I don't know. The brown shitscape city, that's what we're gonna call it. And he's like, hey, I know you might be feeling some feelings right now, but it's not worth it. He thinks she's gonna jump, chat. She thinks that she's suicidal. And she's like, oh, she's not explaining herself once. It's like, God damn it, Halle Berry, talk. Have some self-confidence, come on. Ooh, Steve with the gifted sub, the Twitchy Rascal. Thank you so much, Steve. Really do appreciate that. Thank you. Chat, we are now getting hype. In the middle of the review, are you crazy? I'm the only one bothered by how goddamn shiny Benjamin Bratt looks in this movie. He's like they just lathered him in baby oil every morning. And like they put him out in the sun a little bit and let it seep in the skin. He is so shiny and kind of golden. He's got like a goldish hue to his skin. And they even say like, ooh, he's a shiny brown man. Like fucking Sally says that later. Like it's coming up next. It's like, what? But we already getting hype. Hey guys, seriously, thank you so much for getting hype. Starting the hype train. Appreciate that. Jack Patadon, welcome to stream. What's poppin', Juicy? Talking about the sexy, the golden brown skin of Benjamin Bratt, chat. It's like a piece of chicken that you put into the oven and got, ooh, it's getting all cooked and stuff. That's Benjamin Bratt. You just want to eat him up when you see him. Very sexy man. And so, I say like, don't jump, Halle Berry's like, oh, she's not speaking. Use your words, Halle. Use your words. He's like, okay. What floor are you on? She's like, I'm on the 4th floor. And he goes up there, chat, to the 3rd floor. And so she fucking, falls goddamn down. It's like, oh! But he catches her, Chad. He catches her on the 3rd floor, and so she's fine. And he's like, are you okay? She's like, there was a cat, and I had to save the cat. I'm not crazy. I'm not suicidal. He's like, okay. Okay, it's fine. And then they go back to apartment, chat, and she's again, just a goofy moment where she's picking up stuff and she's staring at him. He's staring at her. Clearly there's a mutual attraction. I don't know why. Like, Benjamin Bratt, you could do much better than fucking Patience Phillips in this film, okay? I know Patience goes through some shit, chat, but she brings a little bit on herself, okay? She's got that Charlie Brown mindset. And chat, like, I always felt sorry for Charlie Brown back in the day, but it's like, no, that motherfucker brings him on himself, too. All right? He kind of enjoys being miserable. You can do some self-improvement, Charlie Brown. You can do some self-improvement, Halle Berry, okay? Patience Phillips. So it's kind of bullshit, chat. It's kind of bullshit. Chat! Twitchy Rascal with another gifted sub. Congratulations, new edition. You and I are the proud owners of 5 minutes long with ad-free viewing. Thank you, guys. Level 2 hype! Oh, he's aged extremely well, Chris. No, Brett, look, there's a lot of shit I'm going to talk about Benjamin Bratt in this movie, which he actually comes out the best, because he's working with some terrible material, but he gives the best performance in the film. He's fine. He's totally fine. There's nothing objectively awful about what he's doing. It's just kind of middle of the road, but that's still far higher than any other person's performance in this film, chat. He showed up to work, he did his job, he read his lines, and he did well enough. He's charming, he's sexy. It's like, yes, absolutely, I would be attracted to someone like that. Of course, who wouldn't be, chat? And plus, I had like a weird, like, goddamn, like, kidnapper relationship with the movie, chat, where I was just like, I'm stuck here for like an hour and 40 minutes, and so I'm just gravitating towards the thing that I like the most, and it happened to be Benjamin Bratt. I was like, you are my savior in this film, Benjamin Bratt, and your wonderful golden brown hue. It's weird. So, she's all panicked. She's like, oh, I gotta get to work. And he's like, oh, okay. And she literally fucking gets behind him, like a fucking comedy or like a cartoon, and pushes him out the door. Like, both hands are going, like this. It's like, what? Don't do that, okay? Doesn't even really thank him all that much because she's all in a panic. She's like, I'm late to work. And so eventually, she goes to work, chat, and Sally, she's like, where you been? You're like an hour late. She's like, oh, sorry. Someone thought I almost committed suicide. She's like, what? And the gay guy there is like, girl, he's doing all that shit, chat. But then who eventually comes up behind her, chat? It's goddamn Benjamin Bratt. And it's like, whoa, he's here. And Sally's like, oh my God, you have hit the golden brown jackpot, Halle Berry. And we got a terrible line about, because he introduces himself. He's like Agent, what the fuck's his name? Agent Detective Tom Lone. And then Sally starts doing like rhyming, like, oh, what rhymes of lone? Scone, bone. It's like, is that meant to be comedy? What the fuck is happening here? it was just them. Like, we gotta come up with some dialogue to progress the scene, I guess, or have a moment with Sally to show how fucking funny she is. It's like, she's not funny. Like, I like that actress. She's a good actress. She's a great voice actor. Her era of Mad TV was spectacular, but Jesus Christ, they gave her nothing. She's just the horny best friend, chat. She's the chubby, horny best friend. That's all she is. And it's kind of sad. And so he's like, I just want to stop by. I think she like dropped her wallet. She like dropped her wallet or something. He's like, I want to give your wallet back or whatever. He's like, oh my wallet, I'm so frazzled. And he's like, hey, I'm just wondering if you want to get like coffee tomorrow at 1 p.m. on the dot. 1 p.m. I guess whatever time it is in this world in the CGI brown city. She's like, I don't know. And Sally's like, girl, get your fucking, come on. Yes, she accepts. She'll be there tomorrow at 1 p.m. She's like, okay, I'll be there. And he's like, see you around, Patience, and he leaves. And Sally's like, girl, good for you. And she's very excited about it, chap. And then we get like a terrible sequence where it's fast forward in this apartment, or not the apartment building, but in the office space. Everyone's like moving really fast. And then later, chat, it's like, it's midnight, or no, it's like 10 minutes before midnight. And Hallie is finally working on even though she was supposed to get it done the night before, I guess George had meant this midnight. It doesn't matter. And so she's calling somebody up at the print shop. She's like, I know it's a late, request, but can you print this for me? And the guy goes like, I'm about to fucking go home, all right? I work my night shift, goddammit. You call me at the 11th hour, not at the 11th hour, the 12th hour. What are you doing? I have kids I haven't seen all week. Let me go home. And she's like, but I really need this. It's like, no, fuck you. Do it yourself. And his Patience is like, oh, fine. So, chat, she goes to the print shop / makeup processing / evil villain's lair in the CGI Browns. I don't know what role this building plays in the film, chat. It prints things, it makes all the rot face makeup, and it's the lair of one of the villains. So I'm like, okay, sure. And so she goes over there, and all the city shots in this chat are CGI, and they look so bad. It's like PS2 level graphics here. It's like, what were you thinking? Was it that expensive? Was it that expensive to do any, like, B-roll of a city? Could you not do that for, like, I don't know, like a week? I just don't get it. I don't know why that was the choice. So she goes over there, and she's, like, knocking. It's like, is anyone there? Hello? Hello? And then she somehow fucking gets in. I don't know how she gets in. And then we chat. The fucking evil people are having a meeting. And the doctor, he's talking about the goddamn rot face makes your face rot. Listen, I will, look, we test this product on animals all the time. No problem with that. No problem. Thank you for getting hype with me, guys. Seriously, thank you so much. The city is it Gotham Feed, man? Okay, is it GCPD? Okay, I did not get that. I did not. If it's Gotham, does Benjamin Bratt, like, have his whole, like, I work for GCPD? Okay, if it is, I totally missed that. All right, so I guess it is Gotham. Gotham looks like shit. It looks worse than it usually does. It's such just an uninteresting city design because everything is brown. There's just a brownish hue to everything at night and in the middle of the day, and there's like no trees anywhere. It's very odd. And so the fucking maker of the rot face, he's saying, like, listen, I have no problem with testing this on animals and having their faces rot off. I have no problem with people having symptoms like headaches or bowel movements kind of constantly just shitting themselves everywhere, blindness, but I don't want to make people ugly, because this is what it'll do, chat. And who's telling them don't worry about it? It's Sharon Stone, chat. It's not George Adair, who you think is the villain. No, Sharon Stone's like, you're going to ship the product, scientist, man. He's like, I just don't know. And meanwhile, in the background, chat, Hallie, she got lost, or Halle Berry, she got lost, of course. She can't find the printing room. So she went to the evil makeup section of the building, and she heard all this shit. She saw the CGI images of all the pretty people's faces just rotting off. She's like, oh my God. And Sharon Stone goes, who's that? Kill her. And they start chasing after her. Like, immediately, who's that? Kill her. Like, not a beat job, not like a fucking pause. No, who's that? Killer? Like, Owen's one guy. It's like there's a run-on sentence, chat, and they're running after Halle Berry. She's like, oh! And so they fucking chase after her, chat. You got these two goddamn schlubs. They're kind of like the two go-to hench movies. I don't care what their names are. One is a creepy-looking white guy, and the other one is an Asian guy. That's about it. That's all I can define from them. And so they chase her in the warehouse section of the evil lab / print shop / makeup production building. And the agent guy, he's like, hey, you know what? We just want to make sure who you are. It's fine. If you're an employee, it's okay. You can come on out. Sorry for scaring you. And she's like, okay, I'm coming out. And then the fucking crazy white guy's like, fuck you! And just immediately starts shooting chat. I'm not going to say it was a race thing, but I think it was a race thing. And he just immediately starts shooting at her. She's like, oh! And she keeps running. And the Asian guy's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You gotta get her. She's like, I like to shoot my gun this time. And they run off. Eventually, Halle Berry, she falls down this fucking concrete, like, slide into a sewer pipe. And it's like where they put all the makeup in there, all the defective products. So she's just fucking bathing in this shit. She's covered in like shit makeup, a lot of rot face. She's like, oh, what am I gonna do? And then she proceeds to go through this fucking pipe where they pump it all out into Gotham Harbor, I guess. I guess we're in Gotham City. I had no idea. And fucking their guy, they call Sharon Stone. She's like, oh, she went into the pipe. And Sharon Stone's like, fucking flush her out. I don't give a shit. Just kill her. And they're like, okay. And so, Halle, she gets the end of the pipe jet, but it's on this fucking giant precipice. And it might as well be fucking a mile down from where she's looking. She's like, oh my God, where do I go? And then they turn the water on, Chad. And she just goes, ah! And she gets blasted, just like, boom! And she just gets shot out of there like a goddamn super soaker, Chad. It's like a giant super soaker just hit her entire body. She just, you see her body, her CGI body fling in the air, Chad. And clearly the water hit her so hard, like hitting concrete, Chad. And so she got all smashed up, and she falls. And then we're opening the film, chat, where she says, and the day I die is the day I truly started to live. And it's like, this is stupid. This is so dumb. And eventually, this is weird. And so she's in the water for a good amount of time, chat. So clearly, even if she got out and she's alive, severe brain damage. There's no doubt about that, okay? Like, she was in there for minutes, maybe even the double digits. Like, okay, she'd be dead. And then we get a shot of Gotham Harbor. I guess it's Gotham. Like, we get a shot of Gotham Harbor, and, it's shitty and brown. And then we immediately pan over to her in the middle of this garbage island, I guess. It's like, how did her body get to there? Like, I can understand, like, it washed up, but it's, like, in the very middle of this garbage island. And so, again, not explained. And she's surrounded by dozens and dozens of cats. And Chad, this is a scene. This is a scene and a half. Jesus Christ. And they're all surrounding her. And they're all meowing. We get this epic, like the generic trailer music. And then we fucking see it. That little asshole cat that almost killed her in the opening of the film. We see him just strutting, Chad. But it's not a regular cat. It is probably the worst CGI cat I've ever seen. And it's supposed to be an epic moment. And, like, this cat is going towards her. All these other cats are going towards her. These dumb CGI cats. And they all start, like, worshiping Halle Berry. They're like, meow, meow. And, like, oh, it's like, what? And then we see this CGI cat just crawl up on her body and look down her, chat, and begins to retch. And just starts retching, chat, and like, and literally, it might as well just have vomited inside her mouth, and Halle Berry just, give me all that good stuff. But it releases like cat fumes, like cat breath, and Halle Berry sucks all that shit up, and boom, she's back at you. Which I imagine so. I mean, cat breath is probably disgusting, but I'm like, what was the intention here? What was so epic about this scene? That you had her, again, and it's a callback to the original birth of Catwoman from Batman Returns, where she's surrounded by all these cats, and they're eating her, which is what they should have been doing to Halle Berry. There's no question. That she's covered in shit. Oh, cats are like, oh, that's delicious. Nice shit coating. That's what I want. And then Michelle Pfeiffer, she wakes up and she's crazy and shit. And here, whatever that cat fumes did, chat, that cat bile that was ejected from one cat into Halle Berry's mouth. She fucking wakes up, chat, and she's like, whoa. And then she has a scene that is very reminiscent. You can tell this movie was influenced a lot by Spider-Man. I mean, just the way she moves. Like, Catwoman's not supposed to be, I mean, listen, yeah, she's very, she's a gymnast. She has, she can move very fast, but she's not like fucking, she doesn't have cat powers, okay? Movie said, fuck that. No, Catwoman, cat powers. That's how this goes. And she then has like all these super senses, chat. She's hearing, like, her hearing has become incredibly sensitive. Her eyesight, because she can see in the dark now. She can sense the heartbeats of insects and spiders. She's going, and Halle Berry, oh, it's terrible. She's going, like moving around. And her sense of smell is even more intense because she's a cat, chat. She's a cat. And eventually, she somehow waddles home, chat. People would have fucking smelled her on the street, okay? Like, it's Gotham City. People are out and about during this time of night. They would have been like, new supervillain, I guess, whatever the hell she's about. But she waddles back to the apartment, and then we get another test of her showcase of her superhero abilities. Because, she's on, like, the 4th story of her apartment, and she just immediately jumps up to it, and it's this terrible CGI, like, bounce jump, chat. And she just goes, she fucking breaks her window. She notices that she's like little cat eyes, like hints of like cat's eyes, chat. Her pupils are slightly ovalish now. And she's like, ah! And she smashes through there, chat. She goes, and then it cuts, and then it's like daytime. And she's clean again. She probably licked all the shit off of herself like a cat, because she's a cat. And she literally does shit like that later on in the film. I'm not joking. And instead of sleeping in the bed, chat, she's sleeping on top of her like shelf. And she has blankets, and she's sleeping like a kitty cat. And she's like, like she's dreaming. And eventually she hears her goddamn phone going off. It's like, whoa, who's calling me? And then she falls, like, whoa! She falls off her shelf, chat. And of course, she lands on her feet because she's a cat. And she picks up the phone. Oh, no, she hears a message from Sally. Because Sally's like, girl, it is 1 p.m. on the dot. How's that wonderful golden brown man that you met yesterday? Tom Lone. He's so sexy. Give me the deets later. And that's the last thing in Halle Berry's mind. She's like, what? What's going on? She's like, everything's weird because she's remembering. She sees the window. She sees the broken glass. She remembers her dead body. She's like, what's going on? And all of a sudden, she sees a cat, Shannon. It's the cat that literally vomited into her mouth. It's midnight. We don't know it's midnight yet, but obviously it's midnight. And then she's like, well, fuck, I gotta get going. I gotta get the hell out of here. But before she leaves, chat, she hears someone else on the phone. Someone else is calling. Ring, ring, ring a ding ding. It's fucking Benjamin Bratt. And he's like, hey, Patience, I'm here, and you're not, so I'm gonna go. And she's like, oh no, she feels bad, chat. She feels bad. She didn't meet her hunky man that she was promised to go on a date. One, she's like super late for work apparently, even though technically I guess it would be Saturday, because it doesn't matter. And so she's like, first thing before calling to work, which I would have immediately done if something happens, like, okay, I'm sorry, whatever. She's like, no, I'm gonna go return this cat. And she's like, it goes to this address. And so she takes this goddamn cat, she cleans herself up, she takes this goddamn cat, and she goes to this house, chat, and it's like this very opulent looking house. I mean, it's a hippie house, that's exactly what it is, like the middle of fucking Gotham City. And she knocks in there, and we're introduced to Ophelia, chat, and this actress, Jesus Christ, not good. Just fucking crazy cat lady. I know people who are like this though, so it is kind of accurate, but again, very goofy. And she's like, "Oh, you must be patient." Like she already knows so much about Halle Berry at this point. She's like, "No, come on, come in." And Halle Berry's like, "Yeah, I found your cat." And she's like, "Oh, midnight, yes. Oh, this breed is so rare. It came from Egypt originally." And she always trails off. Halle Berry's like, "Cool." And meantime, Jack, all the cats, because she has dozens upon dozens of cats, and they're all surrounding Halle Berry, and she's like, kind of like, this is weird, and Ophelia's like, I wonder, and my cats seem to be quite attracted to you. She's like, yeah, I'm not much of a cat person. It's like, okay, sure. And Halle Berry's like, I have to, I'm sorry, because then fucking Ophelia starts talking about some weird magic shit, like, oh, cat people, they're real. She's like, okay, I'm gonna go now. Oh. Because there's a good 10 minutes, the old lady who also played the mom in Joker. Oh my god, that is her! That's the same actress. Who's that actress? You're right, Frances Conroy. She does a much better job in Joker. Good for her. I mean, Jesus, we'll talk about a glow-up, chat. Went from Catwoman to the Joker? Much better. Much better. But fucking Ophelia starts talking about cat people, and, Albert's like, I gotta go. And, oh, chat. The goofies, right before she leaves, Ophelia's like, wait, I must touch something. And she takes out a ball and just fucking whips it at Halle Berry. She catches Jet. She goes, and she's like, what is that? And Ophelia walks over, chat, and she's like, catnip. And Halle Berry, she just wants that fucking catnip. She's like, again, she's a cat, chat. She's a cat. And then we see Halle Berry walking outside, and she's just talking to herself like a crazy person. All the people in Gotham are like, we don't want to talk to you. Get away from me. She's like, no, I'm going to do this. Like, no. And she doesn't know what direction to go. Eventually, chat, she does go to work. And we see that George Hedera is there, and he's just yelling at Halle Berry. Connor's like, you promised to get this to me by midnight, and it wasn't. You walk into work, hours late. It's like, what do you have to say for yourself, Halle Berry? Patience. And she's just not saying anything, chat. She's just doodling. And then George, he picks up the fucking paper that she's working on, chat, and it's literally him eating shit, I think. I imagine. I was hard to tell. Like, usually when you're going to do a sight gag joke, let's actually see what's on the picture. But we don't really see what's on the picture. I just assume it was him eating shit. I don't know. And he's like, what is this? And she's like, and then she goes back and forth, chat, because she's trying to reconcile the Catwoman in her and the patience in her. She's first, oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Hoodie, I'm so sorry. And she's like, God damn right you're sorry. And then she just goes off and chat, you are a misogynistic, sexist bastard, and your products suck. And he goes, harumph, Patience, you're fired. Clean out your desk. And then she's like, oh, wait, I'm sorry, because it's going back and forth, chat. It's like weird. It's like some Two-Face kind of shit. And he walks off, and the entire office just erupts in applause, like, woo, Patience, woo. It's like, that guy can obviously hear him. Like, he could have come back. He's like, and the rest of you fuckers are fired, too. He probably should have done that. And they're cheering her on, chat. And then fucking Sally helps Patience clear out her desk, chat. And they got all that done. And so she's helping her take her stuff. And they're walking outside this jewelry shop, chat, and it's like, oh, jewels. Like, here's the connection, because Catwoman, as we all know, she likes to steal jewels and, certain, like, cultural artifacts and things, it's like kind of like Nathan Drake, and she's like, but it's not because she wants it for money or anything, chat, because she's like, ooh, shiny, because cats like shiny things. She's a cat, chat. And while she's looking at these goddamn jewels, chat, fucking Sally, she just, boom, hits the ground. It's like, what happened? Apparently, chat, Sally, throughout the movie so far, has been applying that rock face makeup to her body. And, we don't know the effects yet. Well, she doesn't know. The greater public doesn't know about the effects of the rock face makeup. And so Halle like, well, what's wrong? And she fucking lugs Sally on her shoulder, and she goes to the hospital, chat. Meanwhile, we cut back to the evil makeup company, and fucking Sharon Stone's walking the building, chat, but all of her posters are being taken down, and it's being put up with that young Sobieski girl. And ooh, that makes Sharon Stone mad enough to immediately call her creepy bodyguards, the white guy and the Asian guy from earlier, chat. She's like, I want that girl dead. And they're like, okay, we'll kill her. And then we cut to the hospital. And, Sally's like, yeah, they can't explain it. They don't know what's going on. They're just going to keep me here for a few days for tests. But I got a hunky doctor. Again, she's so obsessed with sex. And Patient's like, hey, that's cool, Sally. I'm going to go, apologize to Benjamin Bratt right now. It's like, you go get your golden brown man. She supports that, chap. And so then we cut to Benjamin Bratt, and he's talking to some... this is the scene, chat. He's talking to some kids at a school about being a good person, I guess. He's a good guy, Chad. He's trying to do his best, for society. Not only, taking down criminals, but helping the youth. Chad. And then this is a fucked up scene, though, because Halle Berry walks in the classroom, and I'm sorry, but there is no way they will just let a stranger who wasn't like a guest immediately walk into a classroom of a bunch of kids. Like, that is fucking bullshit. And Benjamin Bratt noticed her on the side. He's like, how did this fucking crazy bitch get in this classroom? That's what I thought he was going to do, Chad, but no. And the kids are like, yay, we're going to go play basketball now. He's like, let's shoot some hoops, says Benjamin Bratt. And then he fucking walks over to Halle Berry, and she has a coffee for him, Chad, and it says, sorry, that's our favorite word. And he takes it, and she's like, sorry, my schedule just got really weird. I just wasn't able to show up. I should have called you. And he's like, hey, that's okay. Why don't we go play some basketball with the youths? And she's like, that sounds great. And so they go outside, chat. And again, this movie was like, you know what? Fucking Daredevil, that scene in the playground when they're on the teeter-totter, we're going to one-up them. We're going to beat the teeter-totter scene. Because now we're going to showcase Halle Berry's cat powers. She's going to play basketball with Benjamin Bratt. And it's like, okay, you're going to play basketball, sure. But this whole the fucking music they like the whole soundtrack's R&B. It doesn't even have a score. It's all R&B, and the way it's shot is clearly showing, trying to hide the fact that neither Benjamin Bratt or Halle Berry can play basketball. because it's so close, and she's just going like bouncing and shit. And we get behind her, chat. Benjamin Bratt, he's just directly see her just staring at Halle Berry's ass the entire time, and it's like, okay, this is where we are. Okay, this is where we are. And, you know, eventually they start fucking playing basketball, chat, and it is so good. The kids are like, yay! It's like, these kids are like, this is so dumb. Man, we're getting paid to be here. And she's just jumping off of walls. I mean, fucking, you know, jumping up to the basket, chat, you know, doing slam dunks and shit. Benjamin Bratt's like, this is unusual at all. Fucking lands on top, you know, she lands on top of him, straddling him, chat, with them thick cat thighs. She's like, this is great. And she's like, yeah, it is. And so then they decide to start dating, chat, and they go on various dates. We'll get to it. Then after that, chat, we cut to nighttime again. The fucking partiers, they're going crazy in there. Ooh! Who is this? Chris Harrington, 10 minutes. When Benjamin Bratt first shows up on Doctor Strange, he's playing basketball. Oh my god! That's right! I'm convinced that was meant to be an in-joke referencing this scene. That's actually really funny if that's true. I could see that. I could see that. But yeah. We cut to nighttime. And Halle Berry, she's hearing those party goers. She's like, all right, fuck these people. She goes up to her window. She's like, hey, turn that shit down. And they go, fuck you, bitch. And they turn up people out. She's like, oh, you shouldn't have said that. Because then she goes to their place, and she just fucking, boom, she busts down that goddamn door. And she's like, I told you motherfuckers to turn that off. And she just starts bitch slapping and beating the shit out of people, chat. She takes some seltzer water. She sprays it on the audio speakers, fucks them all up. And again, she's doing all these goddamn cat puns and cat lines, and she's crawling on their desks and shit. You're like, what the fuck is with this lady? And then eventually she wanders off, and she's like, you know what? Tonight's my night. Because then she goes back to her place, and we get like a rendition of the scene from Batman Returns when Michelle Pfeiffer comes home, and she's like, I'm going to be a whole new woman. And so Halle Berry, she cuts her hair, she takes her sexy leather outfit, and she kind of does like a prototype version of the Catwoman outfit. She puts that on. She has a fucking Karen cut. She has a Karen cut, chat. This is not a Catwoman origin story. This is the origin of Super Karen. And she's gonna talk to everyone's manager. Cause then she fucking walks out and she manages to find the keys for a bike, I guess. It's the douchebag guy from the party. And she fucking starts this bike up, chat. She says, vroom, vroom. And she goes, I was like, my bike. Well, he clearly knows that. First of all, this scene doesn't make any sense. Because he knows who that is. He knows that she lives right next to him, so he would just call the police the next day, but I guess not. I guess he's just too afraid of her. And then fucking Super Karen, she's just, you know, moving and grooving through, again, terrible edited scene, chat. She's moving super fast, it's CGI bullshit, she's on the sidewalk, but the reason why she's doing this, she wants to get to the fucking jewelry store where she saw all the shiny things, because she can't get them in her mind. And so she goes in the jewelry store, chat, somehow, and she sees these fucking guys robbing the place. They're robbing the joint. And they don't give a shit about alarms. They're just breaking shit. I'm going to take all that. And then we get all the cat puns. He's like, oh, what a perfect time for a robbery. It's like that kind of shit. They're like, who the hell is this? And then this is supposed to be like, okay, this is when she's going to be very Catwoman-esque. And it falls completely on his face. Because she moves around like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. It's like Catwoman's not supposed to move around. Like, yes, she's very athletic. She has agility, obviously. She's a gymnast, but you have her literally crawling on ceilings and walls and shit. It's like, what the hell is going on? And she systematically takes each of these guys out. But every time you cut her, there's one scene in particular when she's crawling a wall. And we see the camera's like right in her face, and it's so obviously CGI and just does. It looks like a PS2 cutscene. It's terrible. And so she takes all these guys out. She's doing fucking constant cat puns. And I think she eventually, I don't know, she contacts the police or something, but then she leaves. Then the next morning, she's in bed, chat, or not in bed, no, she's on the floor of the bed because she's the cat. She doesn't like to sit on something that soft. And she wakes up, she notices all the jewels on there, chat, all the jewels. She's like, oh no, I stole the jewels. And she proceeds to bag all the jewels, with the exception of one necklace. But she proceeds to bag all the jewels, chat. And then we cut to the jewelry store the next day. And fuck, who's there, chat? Benjamin Bratt. And he's investigating this case. Like, what's going on? It's like, oh, we got all these guys. And they said some crazy cat lady took them off. What are we going to call this person? Cat lady? Cat broad? You know, cat girl? Gotta think of a good name. What could work? And one of Benjamin Bratt's fellow detectives is like, well, we're going to get on this case right now. We're going to try to find your jewels, okay? And as soon as he fucking leaves, right before he leaves the building, chat, he's one of his other detectives with him. It's like, oh, we found the jewels right here. And it's in the fucking brown paper bag. It's like fucking Catwoman. stole the jewels and gave them back. Is that what we're gonna do? Stupid. That is it's like, okay, it's like, hey, wow, at least you haven't taken jewels, but then she gives them back the very next scene. Sure. And then it has on the bag chat, sorry. And she also brought cupcakes too. And those cupcakes looked fucking good. All right, I would have loved to have eaten some of those cupcakes. And it's like, Benjamin Bratt's like, this is quite a charming criminal. And then we fucking cut to Halle Berry again. And she's going back to see Ophelia. And because she needs some answers now. Maybe she had a point about these cat people. I thought she was crazy, a crazy cat lady, but now there's more to this. And Ophelia goes, I'm glad you're back. I'm going to tell you the history of old Catwoman. And Ophelia's like, yes, I was a professor for 25 years, but I was denied tenure because of male academia. Chat, that's what it is. That's what it is. The men, they denied her fucking tenure. You know, because she was a woman. Not because she was obsessed with fucking cats and went on about fucking cat people in history and how Catwoman had a huge impact in every historical event. It's like, no. Woman. That's why. Mr. Lowry, thank you for the 20 biddies. That's reminding me of the handwriting analyst scene. Oh my God. We'll get to it. We'll get to that scene. It's coming up. It's coming up soon. And Ophelia just proceeds to say, yeah, so Catwoman exists. They played a major role in every event in history. It's Assassin's Creed, chat. Think of Assassin's Creed, except Catwoman's there instead. That's what it is. Man Academia. I thought that line kind of cracked me up. It's like, no, yeah, clearly it was Male Academia. It was not because you literally said, no, Catwoman, they were the ones who have had an impact on all historical events. Every single thing that happened, Catwoman did it. It's like, okay. So, fucking Ophelia goes, yeah, this is all real, and, we got a new follower, chat, me, 001, first, welcome to Stream My Ladies Huckleberry, hope you're doing well tonight. And Ophelia goes, also, Catwomen exist because of the goddess Bast, and Bast is personified inside of a cat, who is immortal, and Midnight is Bast. And Halle Berry's like, what? So this cat chat that vomited up its essence and put inside to Halle Berry, that was Bast. He used his cat god powers and he gave them to Halle Berry. And Ophelia says, yeah, so you are Catwoman, but you are also Patience. You are one, but you're also neither. You're a combination. It's like, what do you fucking you say? You said everything and nothing at the same time. What are you talking about? So she's a new person, chat, and but also the same. And Halle Berry's like, well, what the hell are you talking about? And I feel like she's acting crazy. She's like, yes, you are the Catwoman. Yes, you are the one that will save us. And she fucking pushes Halle Berry off of her balcony. She's like, I'm going to see what happens here. And Halle Berry goes, ah! And she falls on Oliver, because she's a cat, Chad. She's a cat. And she falls on her feet perfectly. And she rises up and she's like, yes, I never thought I would see a Catwoman, but you are Catwoman, Halle Berry. And she's like, goddamn right I am. And all the cats meow in approval. It's like, it's supposed to be a very epic scene, chat. Very epic scene. Oh, where are we in this film? What the fuck? I don't even know where we are after this. How's this film proceed? Oh, yeah, okay. I think this is what happens. Okay. And so, because Catwoman has been reborn with these abilities, she's like, fucking makeover! She's gonna get a makeover, chat. And because she's gotta figure out who the hell who killed her. Who actually killed Patience. And so she goes back to her place, chat, and she makes that sexy leather outfit even sexier with less leather. And then we see it. This is what they sold the trailer on, chat, because we see behind her, we see that fucking strut, chat. We see them booty cheeks just bouncing. And she's always sweaty. She's like, clearly, it's like always just sweat and just hot. I mean, it's just in heat. She's in heat, chat. And we just see her, and, you know, everything's like, damn. You see her just walk on the CGI thing, and then she starts jumping. It's like, that's a CGI Halle Berry again. Stop it. Mr. Lowry, thank you for the 50 biddies. Balcony that's already missing a run from inches, like, I guess. Has experiment failed numerous times. So she's just walking, she's strutting, chat. And she's like, okay, I gotta go infiltrate the fucking makeup place. So she goes there, and she's like, oh, it's the evil white guy that tried to kill me earlier, who shot at me, and who hit me with water. I'm gonna go after that son of a bitch. And, she eventually tracks him down to a swanky nightclub, chat, and we get more fucking cat puns. She goes in there, and she goes to the bartender, and is like, I'd like a white Russian. Hold the vodka, hold the Kahlua, and hold the ice. It's just fucking, okay, cream. You just want cream. Okay, I can do half and half. You want some half and half? Let me open up these little cups for you. There you go. There you go. And she's like, and she just downs that shit. And he's like, all right, good for you. And then we get a very sexy dance of Halle Berry. She's just thrusting in everyone's direction, chat. And fucking evil, slimy, wet white guy, he's like, fuck, I want that. And she's like, I want you, slimy white man. And she goes over there, chat. She fucking got her whip too. She's whipping and shit. And so she goes up there and she starts, she's like, oh, we're gonna kiss. She's like, nah. She fucking throws him out of the club, chat. She starts just pummeling him, beating the shit out of him. And she's like, yeah, tell me all the information. And he tells her everything. He's like, oh yeah. I tried to kill. She's asking what happened to that girl. So we tried to kill her because she heard about the rotting makeup, and fucking George wants to make sure that the product goes to market. And Halle Berry is like, oof, that's a lot to take in. But thank you for telling me. And then she fucking goes off. Chat. Next day, she's fucking banging. She's banging, and she's dating Benjamin Bratt. They go to a fair at one point, and they're talking. Oh no, are they at the fair yet? Does this happen? No. We got another scene. Not yet. Not quite yet. Not here. So before they start dating, all that, chat. Before we go on those dates, we then cut to Halle Berry, Catwoman. She's then like, okay, I'm gonna go to George Hadare's house. I'm gonna see what this is all about. And she fucking infiltrates, chat. And who does she meet? Sharon goddamn Stone, Concrete Face herself, the person who's really the brains behind the operation, but she doesn't know that yet. And they get in a little bit of a wrestling match, chat. She fucking throws Sharon Stone down the stairs. And fucking Halle Berry is like, I know your husband's trying to put out rot faces. Bad. And Sharon Stone's like, I will investigate this to be absolutely sure. I'm on your side, Catwoman. For whatever reason, I'm going to be on your side here. My husband, he's currently taken out a very sexy girl who is not me to the opera. And so you can interrogate him there and hopefully maybe kill him. I would appreciate it. And she goes, sounds good. Also, fucking Sobieski, the model who is going to be the new face of the rotten makeup company, she died. The slimy white guy killed her. It's just a throat. We never see that. We see the girl once. We never see the death. It's just in dialogue. Took care of it. It's like, okay. All right. And so fucking Halle Berry, she goes there to fight or to interrogate George Hadare. And George Hadare, he's just fucking watching these fucking people swing on these swings, and he's having a good time. He's kind of bored, though, and his date is like 18, 17 years old. She's like, I'm bored. And he's like, don't you think this is boring? And he's like, don't say that. And she's like, don't say what? Don't say that you think. You don't think when you're around me. It's like, dude, you're an asshole. And she's like, I'm my own woman. I'm going to leave. And so she was good on her, Chad. Good on this. She had more fucking self-confidence than patience. She's like, I'm not going to be talked that way. Goodbye. Fucking patience needed to be vomited on by a cat to have any self-confidence. She's like, I've gotten this low. Now I have to have it. So she leaves. And fucking Catwoman's there, chat. She's like, oh, I love this part. And George is like, oh, you like it now, dude? Fine. And she's on him, chat. And she just starts scratching the shit out of his face because the jewelry that she stole, the necklace, they're now her nails now. And she's like, I want to know everything about the rotten makeup. And he's like, what the hell are you talking about? Wait, what? And he doesn't know, chat. And then fucking security is called, and she's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And so she jumps on the goddamn stage and everything. Everyone's like, wow, what the hell? Everyone says, yes, this is a great part of the show. It's so unique. Fucking hipsters. And eventually she goes, using her fucking cat power, she climbs around all the stages and shit. She gets into the inner workings behind the scenes. And then who's there to meet her, chat? Fucking Benjamin Bratt. The brown golden god. He's like, lady, I'm taking you in. And it's very hot scene, chat, because she's moving and grooving. She's not fucking him up, really, but she's kind of like dodging his blows. She's just rubbing up on him, humping him. He's like, Jesus Christ, okay. And then he tries to get her, chat, but he's not able to. She kind of like kisses him and shit, kind of bites him a little bit. It's like, damn, very kinky. Eventually, he kind of gets incapacitated. He gets like, because she fucks up with his what do they call it? Handcuffs into something. The rest of the police, they come in there. She grabs a big old electrical wire, chat, and she's like, oh, no, not this time, boys. And she fries the whole system, chat, and she's like, who here can, show of hands, who here can see in the dark? And she says, but I can. And she sees in the dark, she escapes. And Benjamin Bratt's like, ooh, almost got her, chat. And then the next day, we see Halle Berry and Benjamin Bratt, they're on a date. They're at the local Gotham County Fair, I suppose, and they're talking about the relationship that he's talking about. Cam's like, yeah, it was crazy. It's like, I mean, she was rubbing up on me and everything. She kissed me. And Mary's like, well, how did that make you feel? And it's like, well, she's not my kind of woman. And she's like, what is your kind of woman? You are. Aw, it's so cute. And chat, they go on a fucking Ferris wheel. They're having a good time on that Ferris wheel. They're just about to start smooching. Just spark, just blah. Just all lathering each other with their tons. But then the fucking Ferris wheel breaks down. It's like, what's going on? And it's what a reason. Like, Ferris wheels not working is a hallmark in superhero films. You see it show up quite often. Happened in Fantastic Four. Happened in Shazam. It happens often in this subgenre. And like the operator, he can't fucking operate this. She's like, oh god, it's malfunctioning. And like it starts to fucking freak out, and like apparently the whole thing just, even though it had a mechanical failure, every aspect of it is just falling apart now. And we see this one little dumb kid. It's like, Mom, help me! He's like ramming on the fucking thing, trying to. He's like, stop ramming on a kid. You're gonna find he fucking falls out. And Benjamin Bratt, he's going down there to try to get the kid. Halle Berry's like, I got this. And she uses her cat powers, chat, her CGI jumping cat powers. And she grabs the kid. He's like, wow! And then everyone gets down. They're all, woo! Fucking Halle Berry, yeah! Benjamin Bratt's like, how the fuck did you do that? He's like, wait a minute, this is weird. And, they do their whole thing. And, what happens here? Oh, yeah. So, fucking, she gives the kid back to his mom. They're all happy. Then later, they're walking around. They're smooching. I think then there's like another date. There's like some stuff with fucking George Adair and Sharon Stone. And they're having a conversation. And Sharon Stone's starting to reveal like, hey, I'm actually the one in charge of your whole company. Big fucking reveal, right? And he's like, what? And that's the last time we see George Adair, Chad. We do see him again, but he's not speaking in the next scene. And then eventually fucking, Benjamin Bratt, he's still working the Catwoman case, and he's like, I guess gotta fucking break this case. I just don't know what I'm doing. And he notices, oh, we got the bag back from the lockup here. And it has sorry written on it, chat. And what does he have still in his office? The coffee cup where Halle Berry wrote sorry. He's like, wait a minute, what? And he said it's the exact same handwriting, or is it, chat? Then he goes to the handwriting expert guy, and he goes, oh yes, well these things are definitely close. And he begins just to define like what every little mark on a person's signature or how they write. And it's like, well, this O denotes a person who is quite meek and patient. Oh, patient, if you will. But the Y here in this second one denotes someone who is very self-confident. Very self-confident and is aggressive, and they want what they want. It's like, how can you tell? Okay, sure. Okay. And he says, when you put them together, they have some similarities, but no, these two people, if you put them in the room together, it would not be a good situation. Benjamin Bratt's like, oh, good. I was concerned that the woman I was dating, who has been acting fucking weird and who has cat powers, was Catwoman. Thanks for putting my mind at ease by comparing her signature. Thank you. And so then we get another date scene between Halle Berry, oh my god, Benjamin Bratt. He takes her for sushi, chat, and she is just eating the shit out of this the whole time, just eating that sushi. She's like, you really like your fish now, don't you? She's like, oh, I love it. fucking fish just hit him in the goddamn face. Eventually, she walks out. They're done eating their fucking fish, chat, and it starts raining, about to kiss again, but it starts raining. She goes, I hate the rain because I'm a cat. It's a cat, chat. And they take cover over like a gazebo, and then that's when they start smooching, chat. And we cut back to Halle Berry's apartment, and that's where the sex has happened. They start banging, and it's not. They barely show anything though. It's not hot. It's not even filmed though that well. There's a little bit of smooching, a little bit of maybe a shirtless Benjamin Bratt smooching Halle Berry in the bed. That's about it. And we cut to later in the night. Halle Berry, she's fucking knocked the fuck out because Benjamin Bratt, he knows what he's doing. When he's pumping, he does a good job. So he just finished pumping, Chad. He's, I'm going to get some fucking water. I need to refill my fluids here. And Chad, he steps, he's like, ow, my foot, my tootsies. And he notices, Chad, what was under his tootsies? A fucking jewel. It was the jewel that Catwoman had part of her deal. She's like, oh my god, she's Catwoman. Everything is revealed. And so he takes the glass that she was drinking out of and a thumbprint. He's like, I'm going to fucking leave. He goes back to the office, chat. And he's like, do cross-reference this. And they're like, okay. And it comes up 99.9% match. He goes, who would have fucking thought that Patience was Catwoman? I didn't think that. He's like, I gotta go make an arrest. And then, chat, we cut back to Halle Berry. She talks to Sally at one point. Sally's like, I want to bang this hot doctor. That's all Sally's are, chat. And, you know, that has like a bit of an epilogue at the end. It doesn't matter. But then Halle Berry goes, well, now I'm going to go to Sharon Stone and tell him that the husband didn't know shit. And so she goes the next night's Catwoman chat. And she's like, Sharon Stone, I'm here. She's like, I managed to find all the evidence, Catwoman. Everything to the company, I want you to reveal it to the press or the police. Please do so. It's like, my husband, he deserves to be in jail. It's just right. It's right through that door. Right over there. Just go through that door. He's in my husband's office. And she goes, okay. She goes in there, chat. Fucking George Adair is dead. Not only is he dead, chat, but he has scratch marks all over his body. Like if it was done by, stay with me now, chat. If it was done by a cat. Because Catwoman's a cat, chat. And so Halle like, what? And Sharon Stone, she reveals herself. I'm the evil person in the movie. I'm the one who fucking wants the rot face makeup to come up. That is me. My husband doesn't know shit. And I've been using it for goddamn 40 years, and I'm looking great. And Halle Berry's like, you are looking pretty good. But she said, but in order to wrest control of my husband's company, I had to frame you for murder. And here, catch! And she throws a gun to Halle Berry. She's like, there, now you have your paw prints all over it. And then immediately, chat, she fucking activates her alarm. And she goes like, oh, my husband, Catwoman killed George, no! And all of her security show up, chat, and immediately, all of the police in the GCPD area are at the house. Like, within seconds. Like, how? Okay, listen. It takes a while for police to show up to any scene, but like immediately, hey, that's there you go, Chad. If you're rich, you're gonna get a fucking police escort and fucking helicopters and the SWAT team and everything. And then she shows up, and then she's like, I gotta get the hell out of here. It's like, I've been framed for the murder of George Adair. What a character. And then she goes back to apartment chat, but who does she see? The golden brown Adonis, Benjamin Bratt. And he's sad, Chad. He's so sad. And he's got his gun. He's like, I was like, oh no. She's like, I gotta take you in, patience. You're Catwoman. You lied to me. She's like, I did. I'm sorry. And he gets the handcuffs, but she doesn't put up a fight. She doesn't put up a fight. Puts her in the handcuffs. And then we next see her interrogation room. And Patience trying her best, chat. Halle Berry's trying to be like, Benjamin Bratt, listen to me, my golden Adonis. Fucking Sharon Stone's behind all of that. The makeup, it makes your face fall off. She killed her husband. I was framed, okay? Yeah, I did that other stuff that was kind of illegal. You know, I fucked up a lot of people, but I was framed for all this. Benjamin's like, I just don't know. She's like, just trust me. Trust me. Benjamin Bratt goes, I'll trust you. And then she's put back in her cell, chat. She's put back in her cell. And Benjamin Bratt, he goes to Sharon Stone's company. He's going to investigate this. There's more to this, he believes. And then, there's another scene too I forgot. So early in the movie, fucking Catwoman, she also goes back to the secret evil print shop / makeup producer / evil villain's lair. And she notices the scientist that was sad about selling this product, he's dead. And she's framed for his murder too. Just a little caveat there, chat. And so then they fucking lock up Halle Berry. And the fucking guard's like, you're not getting out of here, putty cat. He goes, oh, cat. And then she sits down. She's like, I don't know what to do. And then fucking Midnight shows up. He's like, hey, I'm Midnight. I'm a god in the cat's body. And he sneaks in there, chat. He pushes himself to the bars. And everybody's like, oh, Midnight, you're so squishy, squish. He's so squishy, chat. And that squishiness, that imbued her with the confidence that she needed. Because she's like, well, you fucking got to those bars. I'm a cat. I'm going to go through those bars too. And so Halle Berry thrusts herself through those bars, chat. And she gets out. Because, chat, she's cat. And she's like, I got to go off and save Benjamin Bratt. I got to stop Sharon Stone. And then, chat, we cut to Sharon Stone. She's having a big shindig. All of her corporate sponsors are there. Everyone who's making money. All of her shareholders. She's like, guys, I'm just so happy for this. We're launching the product, and sadly, my husband passed. I wish he was here to see this right now, but let's fucking drink in his honor to the release of fucking Rotface. And here you go, guys. Have a free sample. She gives them all this fucking free sample chat. They're all like, oh, this is great. They all begin lathering on their bodies. They're all about it. And eventually, fucking Benjamin Bratt's there. She's like, oh, Benjamin Bratt. Oh, you're so sexy and golden brown. Let's go talk to my office. And he's like, so did you... Now, stay with me now, but... Did you frame Catwoman for the death of your husband? And does your makeup like make people's faces rot off? And he goes, yeah, it does. She admits it. She's like, yeah, it does. But here's the thing. Hey, you can fucking join me, Benjamin Bratt. Join me. She's like, what some fucking goddamn Empire Strikes Back? It's like, no, you must join me now. It's like, she's like, no, you're under arrest. You just told me everything I need to know. And she's like, that's too bad. And she pulls out a gun and she shoots him. She fucking shoots him. He's like, are you fucking... Okay, first of all, your fucking shareholders absolutely, like, know I'm here, that I was in the building, and that... those fucking, walls, those hardwood walls aren't that, thick. They're pretty goddamn thin. So they're gonna know that you probably had me killed or that you were the one who killed me. She's like, nah. And she tried to shoot him again, chat, but then she is stopped because who is there? Catwoman. And fucking Sharon Stone, she goes, Jesus, Catwoman's here. And she fucking takes off and she fucking gets Benjamin Bratt up. She's like, I gotta get you the hell out of here. And she waddled off with Benjamin Bratt and all the security guards start coming in, chat. Ooh! Mr. Lowry with the 3 minute notion. Death by laughter. I'm glad you're liking the review. It's the best review of Catwoman existence. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Von Stampede, welcome to stream. And so they proceed then to fight off Sharon Stone's goons. Benjamin Bratt kills that Asian guy. He fucks him up. I don't know what he does to him, but he kills him. Halle Berry, she fucks up the slimy white evil guy. He gets got. So a couple other people are killed, I think. Eventually, fucking Sharon Stone, she gets the drop on Catwoman. They start fighting, Chad. And Catwoman, she's like, bah! She punches, she goes, ow! And Sharon Stone reveals, like, I've been using the makeup for, like, decades, and the thing is, like, if you stop using it, your face falls off, but if you keep using it, you get concrete skin, which is kind of cool, so it's kind of like a super villain ability. She's like Tombstone in a way. She's got, like, a female version of Tombstone. And it's like, I feel nothing, because she never felt anything. She didn't feel anything for her husband, chat. She never felt anything for other people. It's metaphorical. It's metaphorical and literal. Oh, brilliant. And so then they start fighting, and it's a terrible fight scene. Because you're editing around 2 actors who don't know how to fight. The choreography is pitiful. And, Jesus. I mean, eventually, we get towards the end, and Sharon Stone's monologuing and shit. I don't know. It doesn't matter. She manages to... I guess she gets fucking super strength at one point. She rips a pipe out of the wall, and she just begins, like, bashing Halle Berry with it. And then they're over, like this precipice, like these slanted windows, and she's, like, thrusting this pipe into Halle Berry's stomach. It's like, And eventually the window breaks, and she's about to get one good more thrust at Halle Berry. And Halle Berry's like, no, I have self-confidence! Woman, hear me... meow. And then she ducks and weaves. Sharon Stone, her thrust propels her through the window. And she's like, ah! Also fucking Halle Berry scratches the shit out of her face too. It gets really fucked up. And, Sharon Stone, she's like, oh God, she's holding on for dear life. And Halle Berry, like, why? Why are you gonna try to save me? She's like, no, reach for my hand. I can save you. Reach for my paw. And Sharon Stone, she sees herself in reflection. She's like, oh my God, I'm hideous. I'm 40. Fuck it. And she fucking falls. Jen is a great... she does a goddamn multiple spins. This is a great death. I'll give it this. Multiple spins in minute. Boom, crashes through a window. Boom, hits the goddamn ground, Jen. Because her skin's impervious, so it's just all, like, just meat juice in her side of her now. Like, her skin keeps all that shit inside. It's like, ugh, that's a bad way to go. Ooh, Darkseid, think of the 5 minis. Not that kind of thrust. Not a sexy thrust, no. I'm 40 FML. And so she's dead. Halle Berry's like, fuck, I tried to save her. Fucking Benjamin Bratt, he waddles up and he's like, good riddance. And I believe right now that if we found Patience back in her cell, she would be cleared of all charge and she would not be Catwoman. But by the way, she got, like, people would have been checking on you if you actually, because they do routine checks throughout the night in prison. Are you in your cell or not? And she just fucking left. So there's no doubt they would know at this point that she left. But he's just like, oh, if she was back in her cell by the morning, she'd be cleared of all charges. She'd just be let go. Henry goes like, oh, that's my fucking cue. And she goes back chatting. Lo and behold, she's cleared of all charges. Everyone's celebrating Sharon Stone. I guess they found all the evidence of what she did. The rotten makeup is taken off the shelf. Shit, it's terrible. The whole company shuts down. Everyone's happy. We get a narration of Halle Berry. We see an epilogue of all these various characters. Sally, she's now in love with that doctor. They have a great relationship. They're eating strawberries. What? Witness! Witness me! Edgy Berserker with the 5 people rating. Thank you, Edgy Berserker. Welcome to stream. Hello. Hope you guys are doing well. My name is Mr. Revan7. I'm a variety streamer currently talking about Halle Berry's 2004 infamous superhero film, Catwoman. It's awful. It's awful. How you doing, Edgy Berserker? What are you streaming tonight? Chris was so ticked. I was tickled a little bit. Yes. And so then, chat, we get this narrator, Sally, she's boning that doctor. Benjamin Bratt, he's sad because he gets a letter from a patient saying that, hey, listen, you're hot, but I'm a woman, and there's infinite wealth and freedom, and I'm not going to be held down by male academia anymore. So fuck you. I'm going to be Catwoman. Then she's just strutting on that rooftop. You're seeing everything bounce and jiggle. She's having a good time. She gets the whip out. Wow. It's like, ooh. And then it ends, chat. And then the credits come up. Catwoman. Halle Berry's 2004 Catwoman, chat. This movie is awful. It's straight up awful. This is one of the worst superhero films of all time. Oh, God. I mean, will I do it? And the thing is, chat, look, I think about it. Like, I usually only give a movie a fuck you if it's offensively bad. And this movie is offensively bad. Not only just because it's a bad superhero film, not because it has, like, bad dialogue, but it's just really, it's sexist and dumb. And the film, like, it tries, like, oh, no, this is empowering film. It's like, no. Because the whole ploy of this film is like, hey, we don't have, like, a good story. We don't have good characters. What are we going to sell it on? We're just going to sell it on Halle Berry's body. That's it. That's literally it. And that's, other than Benjamin Bratt, who he's done a fine job, but everyone else sucks. And the only other thing that you're trying to sell this on is her body. So it's like, no, fuck you. There's an infinite amount of Catwoman stories that they could have adapted during this time even that would have been amazing. And they still can. And this movie is a disservice to DC. It's a disservice to that character, who I'm a big fan of. So this movie, chat, is the definition of it on the DT scale of a fuck you, Catwoman. No, good for Halle Berry, though, because she embraced the hate, and she went up there, she got her Razzie chat, she said, I'm sorry. So, you know what? That's some respect for Halle Berry. That's some respect for Halle Berry, chat. All right? Ooh, Catch 2020 or Catwoman. Catch 2020 is better. No, I'll tell you right now, Elliot. Catch 2020 is infinitely better film. Because at least they were earnest. It failed. It completely failed. And there are some things in there that I'm like, you know what? The choreography for some of those dancing is impressive, but still a bad movie. Like, I'll probably give it like a rental. I'll give it a low rental. But no, Catch 2020 is much better than Catwoman. Yeah. Thunder League, great review. Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Oh, here we go. Dreams in Stardust, thank you for the follow. And again, seriously, Edgy Berserker, really do appreciate that, Moreno, man. I was streaming some fighting games. Aquapaza, Angel Eyes, Pocket Fighter, and Capcom versus SNAK 2. Very cool, man. I never heard of some of those. That's awesome. Hey, guys, let's give some Mr. Evan Yates, Mr. Evan Hypes to Edgy Berserker right now for that very nice hype, the very kind hype. I'd appreciate it, man. Yes. I gotta check out your streams too in the future. I gotta do that. I have to do that. Who would want to watch Halle Berry walk around and things jiggle? Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get that, but I mean, at least have something. At least also complement that with a good story. You know, with like she's actually a well-written character, and they just don't do that. And that's sad to me. But chat, that's Catwoman. I mean, if you want to watch it, I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think it'd be better to watch like a riff tracks type thing or like a funny commentary. Because watching it by itself, it was a painful watch. Like the opening credits are bad, and like, oh my god, you're in for it.